Hello guys, welcome to my 1973 Honda CB350 engine rebuild photo slideshow part 4. Where I have left off from last time, I had splitted the cases. And then my next step was cleaning, just cleaning parts, especially the outer components. So in this first photo is a cam case housing, and so I just, when I clean these, you just clean them with soap and water and just scrubbing inside and out. And then after that, I just would apply, moving on to this next one here. This is a close-up of that same cam case housing. And then after that, I would wet sand these parts with this special 3M wet dry sandpaper. So I would use 3 different grits. First one I would use was the 220 grit, and then after that I would move up with the 400 grit, and then after that would be an 800 grit. So I think this was after that 800 grit, and then I would just move on to these the lower crankcase, and this right here is just dirty. Clean that up. Oh, and I forgot, after before wet sanding these parts, I would have to remove the previous paint that it would have. So this particular engine would have I think a primer to it. So I would have to apply a paint remover, wait several minutes, and then just remove all that, completely remove that, and then just clean it off again, and then go on with the wet sanding. So right here, this is after removing that old paint. And then right here in this lower crankcase, this was already wet sanded. And then I would move to these side covers. And right here is just this part without removing that paint. And then right here is after removing that primer to this engine. And you can see all that corrosion on this right side of the engine. And you can just see it's like the aluminum, because this part is aluminum, and it was just corrosion, it's just eating up on that metal. And then after wet sanding this part, this is what it looked like. It's just a big difference. I was pretty impressed by this whole thing. If I did this all by hand, and it was not easy. Like, it takes up a lot of time, but I wanted this engine to look clean. So I'm really glad with the results. This is the upper crankcase. And then this is a close-up of that upper crankcase, and you can just see that corrosion on that case. And then this is, this is still before removing that primer on this piece. And then after removing that primer and after wet sanding, this is what that piece looks like. It's just so shiny. And When you do this, when you do this wet sanding, if you want a more mirror finish, you can go higher in grid. There's like 1,000, 2,000 grids. I wasn't looking for a mirror finish, so I think up to 800 was perfect for me. And I was just really pleased with the results. And that's another shot. And then after doing all those cases, I just did a mock-up of how all this would look like. And I was excited when I saw this. I was like, I can't wait till I finish this whole project because it's gonna look really good. But I mean, looking good is one thing, having it to work is another. So yeah, it was great to see this whole thing, this mock-up of, it's just, when I saw this, and I was like, gosh, I'm so excited. So that was part 3 of my engine rebuild slideshow part 4. And I just, it was pretty short, you know. And the next episode will be of me inspecting parts and measuring components inside this engine. So hope you guys stay tuned. Subscribe if you haven't. And the weather is supposed to be pretty okay for the next week. So maybe I'll do a moto vlog of my experience as being an extra in this one film that happened to me. I believe it was last week. I forget. So thanks for watching and take care.